Breaking news.
Subscribe to Jack Up Your English.
Jack up your English.
Welcome back again, everyone. It's me, Jack, and thanks so much for joining my channel, Jack Up Your English. And today we are going to look at two confusing little words, other and another. They look very similar, but use them incorrectly and your sentence might sound a little bit strange. But don't worry, by the end of this video, you'll never mix them up again. But first, let's go look at some common mistakes students make when using these words. I will have other cup of coffee. Will there be another people going to the beach? So, let's go look at each one of these words individually and see how to use them correctly. Okay, so let's start with another, and another can have two meanings. One more or an additional one, and a different one of the same kind. And also very important to remember, we use another with singular countable nouns. Think of it in this way. If you have one of something and you want one more, you will likely use the word another. Let me better explain this to you by using some examples. Let's go have a look at that example we used earlier. I will have other cup of coffee. So let's note, cup of coffee is singular. It's a countable noun. So of course we have to use another. I will have another cup of coffee. One more of the same thing. Let's have a look at another example. He bought another car last week. So in this situation, in this example, it means he already has at least one car and now he's bought one more. So a different car, one more, but still the same type of item. So let us quickly summarize. We use another when we are talking about one more of something or a different one but of the same category, and always we use it with singular countable nouns. Let's move on and let's go have a look at other. Now let's look at other, and other can also have two meanings. It means different or the remaining one or ones in a group, and it helps us to distinguish between people, things or ideas that are not the same as the ones we are talking about. And when do we use other? Well, other is used with plural countable nouns or with uncountable nouns. And again, to understand this a little bit better, let's go have a look at some examples. If we look at the example we used earlier in this video, will there be another people going to the beach? And if we just apply what we just heard, people is a plural countable noun, so of course we need to use other. Will there be other people going to the beach? Let's go have a look at one more example. She prefers other music, something more relaxing. So yeah, so we can clearly see that music is an uncountable noun, and therefore it's correct to use other. She prefers other music, something more relaxing. Let's have a quick summary. So other we use when we are talking about things that are different from the ones already mentioned, as well as the rest or remaining items in a group. And very important, we use other with plural countable nouns and of course uncountable nouns. Let's finish up this video with a quick quiz. Can we watch movie tonight? Think about that one. I'll give you a couple of seconds. And let's identify movie. And it is clear that movie is a singular countable noun. So of course, if we apply the rules, we should use another. So well done. Can we watch another movie tonight? We need to invite guests to the party. So think about that one. And if we look at guests, it's easy to identify as a plural countable noun. And if you remember correctly, with a plural countable noun, we use other. So well done. We need to invite other guests to the party. We need to find evidence to arrest him. So have a look at that again. And if we look at evidence, we can clearly identify this as an uncountable noun. So yeah, with an uncountable noun, we will use other. So well done if you got this last one. And we will say, we need to find other evidence to arrest him. Well, that wraps it up for another video. I hope you guys all liked this one and you now better understand how to use other and another. And yeah, as always, thank you so much for watching, for liking, for subscribing. I'll see you all in the next video.